October 10, 2006. A skinny philosophy student at St. Petersburg State University hasn't slept in 4 days. Pavel Durov, 22, is hunched over a borrowed laptop in a cramped dorm, thrashing code into existence. While Mark Zuckerberg conquers American campuses, Durov sees a different frontier. Russia has 40 million internet users and not a single social network that works properly. At 4:47 a.m., vContact goes live. User number 1, Pavel. User number 2, his brother Nikolai, a math prodigy who will become his closest partner. By sunrise, 1,000 students sign up. By winter, it's 10,000. Durov drops out just 3 credits short of graduating. The degree can wait, the internet can't. VK spreads through Russian universities like wildfire. A clean, simple design, because Durov personally deletes any feature that takes more than 2 clicks. No ads for 2 years. Growth matters more than profit. Free music streaming when iTunes is charging 99 cents. Copyright holders scream, but users cheer. By 2008, VK hits 20 million users. Mail.ru, Russia's internet giant, offers $50 million to buy it. Durov doesn't even reply. By 2011, VK is home to 100 million users. Durov, now 27, is worth $260 million. He wears the same black t-shirt every day, drives a black Mercedes, and lives in a black apartment. Journalists call him Russia's Zuckerberg. He corrects them. Zuckerberg is America's Durov. Then come the protests, and his life changes forever. December 10, 2011. Moscow explodes with outrage. 300,000 Russians flood the streets demanding fair elections. They coordinate everything through VK groups. Fair elections, 400,000 members. We are at Bolotnaya Square, 250,000 members. Alexei Navalny's page, 750,000 followers. The Kremlin panics. An FSB colonel calls Durov directly. Not his office, his personal cell. Shut down the protest groups. Durov hangs up. The colonel calls again. This is not a request. Durov blocks the number. December 24th, the FSB shows up in person. 3 agents, no warrant, very polite. They remind him that stability matters more than some website. Durov records the entire conversation. That night, he posts the audio publicly with a message. VK will never become a tool of political censorship. It gets 1 million likes, but likes can't stop what comes next. Why didn't he see the trap closing around him? How much was the Kremlin willing to spend to steal his company? May 16, 2012. Durov decides to celebrate St. Petersburg's birthday with chaos. He folds thousands of ruble notes, worth about $150 each, into paper airplanes and launches them out of VK's office window. The street below erupts. A grandmother tackles a businessman. Students form human pyramids to catch bills mid-air. Police arrive to find Durov calmly folding more planes. In 2 minutes, he throws away $2,000. I wanted to test if money makes people happy, he tells reporters. It doesn't. It makes them animals. The stunt goes viral worldwide. Russian state media calls him reckless, Western-influenced, unstable. The Security Council quietly opens a file on him. Person of interest. They're about to upgrade it to active threat. Meanwhile, VK's ownership shifts beneath his feet. Mail.ru Group, controlled by billionaire Alisher Usmanov, a Putin ally, now holds 52% of VK through shell companies. Durov wakes up one day to discover he's lost majority control of his own company. The boardroom coup took 6 months, 14 funds, and $1.47 billion. They didn't buy VK for money. They bought it for control. The trap has snapped shut. Durov just hasn't realized it. December 13, 2013. An FSB letter marked urgent lands on Durov's desk. Ukraine is burning. Euromaidan protesters have taken Independence Square in Kiev. The FSB wants data on 39 Ukrainian VK users, phone numbers, home addresses, private messages, and IP logs. These aren't terrorists. They're kids organizing sandwich deliveries and first aid tents. Durov reads the letter twice. Hand over their data and they will disappear. He screenshots the letter and posts it publicly. Russian law does not apply to Ukrainian citizens. 3 hours later, his lawyer calls, panicked. Delete the post. The FSB is driving to your apartment. Durov doesn't delete it. Instead, he tweets a picture of a dog in a hoodie with the caption, "This is our official response to all government data requests." It becomes a national meme. VK fills with dog pictures. The FSB is not laughing. That night, a black BMW follows Durov's Mercedes. He takes 4 random turns. The BMW takes 4 random turns. He walks back to the car and knocks on the window. 2 men in suits stare forward, unmoving. Durov takes a selfie with their car and posts it. My new FSB friends seem shy. The car pulls away. Message delivered. We're watching. What Durov doesn't know is that while he's posting memes, his board is meeting in secret. The agenda: remove him as CEO. The vote: unanimous. Who orchestrated the fall of Russia's most rebellious tech founder? And which oligarch will personally deliver the final blow? April 1st, 2014. Pavel Durov arrives at VK headquarters the same way he has for years. Black t-shirt, black jeans, quiet confidence. But something's wrong. His keycard doesn't work. Security guards he's known for a decade suddenly won't look at him. At the reception desk, an envelope waits. Inside, a notice stating the board has accepted his resignation. Except he never resigned. Durov heads to the 14th floor anyway. His office is already stripped clean. His books gone. His black furniture gone. Even the plant he never watered gone. UCP Fund's Ivan Tavrin, the man now in control of VK, sits in Durov's chair. "Nothing personal, Pavel," he says calmly. "You knew this would happen when you defied the FSB." Durov doesn't reply. Tavrin slides a contract across the desk. 12% stake buyout. $300 million. Sign here. Disappear quietly. And if you walk away peacefully, Tavrin adds, we won't need to bring up tax irregularities or extremism charges. It's blackmail, elegant, corporate blackmail. Durov stares at the contract, then at Tavrin. He picks up the pen, he signs, he walks out of VK forever. The media will report he sold his stake, the truth. He was forced out at gunpoint, political, not literal. But here's what Tavrin doesn't know. Durov has planned this moment for months. The 12 developers who matter most, his secret core team, resigned yesterday. Their laptops are already in Cyprus, and the code for a new app, Telegram, is already compiled. Durov didn't lose. He escaped. This wasn't a surrender. It was the most expensive jailbreak in tech history. April 21st, 2014. A rented villa in Buffalo, New York. 12 programmers sit around folding tables with laptops, wires, and empty takeout cups. No furniture, no decorations, just a whiteboard scribbled with encryption formulas. They aren't building Telegram from scratch. They're finishing a platform Durov secretly began in 2009, the day after the FSB first tried to seize VK user data. From day one, Telegram is built around a single belief. Governments are the enemy of privacy. Every design choice reflects that. End-to-end encryption that even Telegram can't break. Servers split across 9 countries so no government can seize them all. no headquarters, so there's no front door for police to kick in, and self-destructing accounts that erase every message from every device. The team works 16 hours a day, sleeps 8, and repeats. There are no investors, no oversight, no board. Durov funds everything with the money the Kremlin forced him to take. Telegram belongs 100% to him and the users, not shareholders. When Apple demands they build backdoors for law enforcement, Durov responds with 2 words. Absolutely not. He means it. August 14, 2014. Telegram launches. Day 1, 100,000 downloads. Week 1, 1 million. Month 1, 8 million. People aren't choosing Telegram for stickers or games. They're choosing it because it tells governments to mind their own business. Iranian democracy activists adopt it immediately. Hong Kong protesters rely on it for coordination. Russian opposition leaders ditch VK and switch entirely. Edward Snowden endorses it from Moscow. Then ISIS starts using it too, a reality that will haunt Durov for years, but he refuses to compromise. Privacy is absolute, he says. You don't get to choose who deserves it. 4 months later, Telegram passes 50 million users. Governments everywhere panic. How do you stop this? Russia tries first. April 16, 2018. Tagansky District Court, Moscow. Judge Yulia Smolina takes 18 minutes to issue her ruling. Telegram must provide encryption keys to the FSB. Durov, watching from Dubai, posts a response. Privacy is not for sale. Russia retaliates. They order every ISP to block Telegram. Roskomnadzor publishes a blacklist of IP addresses. 15,800,000. They effectively nuke the Russian internet. Amazon Web Services goes down. Google services crash. Microsoft Azure breaks. Banking apps fail. Even government portals glitch out. And yet, Telegram still works perfectly. Durov has engineered a masterpiece. Digital jiu-jitsu, where the harder Russia strikes, the more damage it does to itself. How? Because Telegram uses a technique Durov prepared years ago. Within minutes of the ban, Telegram starts domain fronting. Traffic disguises itself as harmless connections to Google or Amazon. When Russia blocks those IPs, Telegram shifts instantly to new ones. Block those, and it moves again. It's like trying to stop water with a tennis racket. Russian programmers start spinning up proxy servers overnight. Durov sends them $3.7 million in Bitcoin as thanks. He calls it digital resistance. The Kremlin has declared war on its own internet, and it's losing. April 30th, 2018. Moscow. 5,000 people gather on Sakharov Avenue carrying paper airplanes, Telegram's logo. Police brace for riots. Instead, protesters silently toss paper planes into the air. Thousands of white triangles drift over Moscow like snow. A grandmother holds a sign. My grandson taught me Telegram. The government can't. A student waves another. You can ban our app, not our voices. Police stand frozen. How do you arrest someone for throwing paper? Durov, watching from Dubai, posts, "Thank you for the paper planes. Please clean them up afterward." The protesters do. The square ends spotless. The government has lost the narrative completely. State TV tries to explain the ban, and in the process, accidentally teaches millions of Russians how to download VPNs. Telegram usage spikes 40% in a single day. By 2020, the Russian government is forced to use Telegram to broadcast COVID updates. The app they banned becomes essential infrastructure. In June 2020, Russia officially lifts the ban. It isn't a policy decision, it's surrender. Durov has done the impossible. He beat Putin's system at its own game. But beating Russia was just practice. The real war is about to begin. 2018 to 2023. Pavel Durov becomes the most wanted tech founder on Earth. Iran bans Telegram after protesters use it to coordinate rallies. Durov's response: he funds $10 million worth of proxy servers so Iranians can get back online. Germany threatens to ban Telegram unless it censors extremist content. Durov removes 12 channels that called for assassinations and ignores the other 200,000 government demands. India shuts down Telegram during Kashmir unrest. Durov launches emergency proxy networks within 6 hours. China blocks it completely. Brazil suspends it. Indonesia, Pakistan, Thailand all try, all fail. Every ban becomes free marketing. Every threat makes Telegram grow faster. 500 million users. 600 million. 700 million. Durov realizes something profound. The more governments hate your product, the more ordinary people need it. But success has a cost. Durov can't enter Russia. There's an arrest warrant waiting. He can't step foot in Iran, too risky. He can't stay in any country longer than 6 months, too dangerous. He lives in a state of high-end homelessness. Private jets, but nowhere to call home. 5-star hotels, but never for long. 5 passports, but no nation that protects him. His core team rotates across Dubai, Singapore, Barcelona, never more than 4 programmers in one country at a time. If police raid one office, Telegram stays alive from the others. Durov moves between France, the UAE, and Caribbean islands. He has billions but no privacy. French intelligence knows what he eats for breakfast. The FSB tracks every flight. The CIA monitors Telegram 24/7. He is simultaneously untouchable and exposed. But in March 2024, he makes a mistake. He decides to travel to France. He believes his French passport protects him. He's wrong. French prosecutors have been building a case against him for 2 years. The charges? Telegram's encryption enables child exploitation, drug trafficking, money laundering, and terrorism coordination. Not that he committed these crimes, but that refusing to add backdoors makes him responsible for them. A legal theory so broad it would turn every tech CEO into a criminal. France wants a precedent. They want to prove even Pavel Durov can be forced to kneel. August 24th, 2024, 8:47 p.m. Le Bourget Airport, Paris. Durov's Gulfstream. G-650 descends through the clouds. French tactical police wait in 3 unmarked vans. They've tracked this aircraft for 14 hours. Durov, reading encryption papers, has no idea he's flying into a trap. The jet rolls to a stop. The door opens. Durov steps out. Black t-shirt, black jeans, the same uniform he's worn for 15 years. He takes 3 steps down the stairs. Monsieur Durov, he turns. 6 officers surround him. You're under arrest. They don't read rights. They don't explain charges. They simply handcuff the creator of the world's most secure messaging app like he's a petty thief. He is transported to the Élysée Palace Detention Center, a facility designed for terrorists and high-risk targets. For 96 hours, investigators rotate in and out of the room, asking the same questions 100 different ways. Why won't you give us backdoor access? How many criminals use Telegram? Where are your servers located? Durov gives the same answer every time. Privacy is absolute. You don't get to choose who deserves it. On day 3, something unbelievable happens. Moscow demands his release. The same government that exiled him in 2014 now calls him a political prisoner. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova says, France is destroying free speech. Yes, the same woman who once called Durov a Western agent. Russian hackers threatened French infrastructure if he isn't freed. Edward Snowden tweets from Russian exile. The arrest of Durov is an assault on basic human rights. Elon Musk posts, POV, it's 2030 in Europe, and you're being executed for liking a meme. The internet picks sides and overwhelmingly chooses Durov. The Streisand effect activates at maximum power. August 28, 2024, 6 p.m. After 96 hours, France releases Durov on 5 million euros bail. He cannot leave the country. He must report to police twice a week. His passports, all 5 of them, are confiscated. The man who escaped Russia to stay free is now trapped in France by democracy. Standing outside the courthouse, Durov looks older. 4 days aged him by 4 years. His first Telegram post after release? Thanks for your support. Telegram's principles remain unchanged. Privacy is not negotiable. Within 1 hour, Telegram gains 12 million new users. France tried to weaken Telegram. They accidentally strengthened it. Every download is a vote against surveillance. Every new user says, I choose privacy over control. 1 year later, August 24th, 2025. Durov finally breaks his silence. He posts a thread that goes viral instantly. The French police who arrested him didn't follow their own EU laws. Their data requests were improper, illegal, and ironically, easily avoidable. I was arrested because the police made a mistake, he writes. They could have learned the correct procedure simply by Googling it. He still has to report to authorities every 14 days. There is no appeal date. There is no resolution in sight. His conclusion is scathing. The only outcome of my arrest was damage to the image of France as a free country. The man they tried to silence turned his prosecution into France's embarrassment. Today, Telegram approaches 1 billion users. In Ukraine, soldiers use it to share coordinates that save lives. In Russia, citizens read truths their government forbids. In Iran, women organize resistance that cannot be censored. In dozens of nations, millions rely on Telegram to stay connected when governments shut everything else down. Durov remains mostly in Dubai. Sometimes Paris for court. Sometimes nowhere at all. He owns no property, claims no nation, and trusts no government. At 40, he's worth more than $11 billion, but lives like a fugitive. Not from justice, from injustice, not from the law, from lawlessness dressed as law. He started with 12 programmers and one belief. Privacy is not a privilege, it's a human right. You've just seen how one programmer told every government on Earth a single word, no. And if you want to see how another man fooled every major agency on the planet, wait until you hear the story of John McAfee, because that one is even crazier.